everyone, and welcome back. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington, and we are going to have a deep dive conspiracy theory on why I believe, again, everything's alleged and rumored, why I personally believe Lisa Rinna is lying. Why she is lying through her teeth about Kathy Hilton saying anything about the N-word or about anything being homophobic in Aspen. I'm going to break down exactly why I believe Lisa Rinna is lying. Remember, everything's alleged, everything's rumor. Gotta protect that channel, guys. All right, but before we dive in, my beautiful candy canes, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Don't forget to share this with a friend because a key is always better with community. And you can do a super thanks, super chat, and don't forget to check out everything in the description box below. We have a lot going on down there. So with that, let's dive right on in. Okay, so we all know that there is a major beef feud between Lisa Rinna and Kathy Hilton. Rinna has been being really mean, being really dismissive, being very disrespectful, and also co-signed by Kyle. You know, Kyle has a lot to do with this too. Kyle disrespects her sister, and therefore she enables and allows her friends to disrespect her sister as well. So it's been this ongoing, poking. Kyle is always talking about Kathy's outfits, always talking about her clothes, always trying to push the narrative that Kathy is being, difficult or problematic, when the truth is Kathy is nothing but like chill and normal and fun and a good time and easygoing. These ladies are like 1,000 times more high maintenance than Kathy Hilton is. Also, Tequila Gate, they were being extremely disrespectful. And Garcelle, I'm disappointed in you, but I'll talk about that when we do our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap of last night's episode. Garcelle, I'm disappointed, but we'll get into that. So be sure to join me when we do that live. But all of the women have been very dismissive and disrespectful towards Kathy when she's been trying to promote her and her children's tequila line on the show, which we all know everyone endorses all of their things. So it's been poke. All right, we all know that. Now, let's dive in. This is from page 6. So according to page 6, and also we saw this on last night's episode, it goes, Kathy Hilton called Lisa Rinna an effing disgusting for choosing not to drink her Casa del Sol tequila on Wednesday night episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, can I try a little of that 818 tequila? I want to see what that tastes like. Rinna, 59. She's 59? Rinna told a bartender during a cast get-together at a hat shop in Aspen. I just want to try it because it's my friend Kendall Jenner's tequila, the former soap actress added. I just haven't tried it. Rinna opted for Jenner's tequila brand over Hilton's, though she knew the bar was stocked with Casa del Sol. Okay, a couple of things. One, Kathy wasn't mad that Lisa wasn't trying her tequila. That makes it sound petty. Kathy was pissed because Lisa Rinna was obviously disrespecting her. Like, it's not like, oh, you don't want to try my tequila. It's you're being dismissive, you're being rude, and you're purposely trying to promote a competitor's brand on camera when it's very clear that this is a tasting for my tequila brand during filming of the show. Also, Rinna, you're 59 and you're calling Kendall Jenner your friend. That's creepy. It's weird. I believe Kendall Jenner is probably still in her 20s or something like that. Why don't you say, that's my friend Kris Jenner's daughter? Why are you identifying being friends with her when you're about to be 60 and she's like in her 20s? That's really bizarre to me. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's friend wouldn't be like, that's my friend Candy's makeup line. No, my mom's friends would be like, oh, that's my friend's daughter's makeup line. So Rinna, you're kind of weird with me with that one. Also, if Kendall Jenner is your friend, how come you've never tasted her tequila? That doesn't track either, boo boo. If I have a friend and I just launched a makeup line, of course, the first people I'm going to give it to are my friends who are on TV shows, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. So nothing is tracking. You're a 59-year-old woman talking about being friends with a girl who's dipping it and doing it in her 20s. And you're saying that she's your friend and you've never tasted her tequila, then you're not actually friends. So miss me with all of that, Rinna, right? So this is just background information. And I want to say, Kathy, you're the MVP. We've all been saying how disgusting Rinna is. And I'm happy that you actually gave voice to our opinion of her this whole time. So cheers to Kathy. Again, this is from page 6. All right, now let's get into why I think Elisa Rinna is telling on herself. Because like I said, people always tell on themselves. Let me get into why I think Lisa Rinna is telling on herself and why I think she is lying about what happened in Aspen. Okay. Now, first, let me preface it with this, okay? We already know that Lisa Rinna is capable of lying, of faking storylines, making ish up. I'm not talking about Patrick Summers. That's a whole different situation. I already did a video on Patrick Summers admitting that he's lying and the whole situation with that. I have my thoughts on why he's admitting he's lying now. Did NBC give him a settlement to shut up and go away? Did Rinna give him a settlement to shut up and go away? The timing of it is really bizarre. He's literally saying he's lying on the same day Lisa Rinna is saying she's no longer going to BravoCon, which is kind of like the biggest indication that she no longer is going to be on the show. Again, I believe in conspiracy, not coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence that this kid Patrick is now saying, I lied about everything. The same exact day, Lisa Rinna is like, I'm no longer going to BravoCon. It stinks like fish. It's fishy to me, but I already did a video on that, so go and check it out. Okay. What I'm talking about is out of Lisa Rinna's mouth herself. She said on camera in that deleted Bravo scene that she lied about the dumbest storyline that we ever had in Bravo history. Harry Hamlin allegedly wanting an 25 million thank yous from Garcelle for his, homemade spaghetti sauce or whatever the hell it was, right? That was the dumbest storyline we've ever seen in our lives. And Lisa Rinna admitted that she lied. Harry Hamlin never had an issue with Garcelle. Harry Hamlin never said he needed an additional thank you because Garcelle had already thanked him on camera multiple times. And she also sent him subsequent text messages thanking him. Lisa Rinna admitted that she lied. Bravo, for whatever reason, didn't actually include that in the original edit of the episode where that went down. But since, as we all know, Lisa Rinna has now fallen out of favor with Andy, out of favor with Bravo, out of favor with NBC, they were leaking deleted scenes. And in that deleted scene, Lisa Rinna, out of her own mouth, admits that she lied. She made it up to do a jab at Garcelle. She made it up for a storyline. She admitted she lied. So we already know Lisa Rinna is the type of effing disgusting person who will lie to create a fake storyline and to hurt somebody else intentionally. We already know that. Okay? So with that, let's dive in to why I think Lisa Rinna is telling on herself. All right. So we all know in last night's episodes, they post these alleged receipts. Girl, bye. So allegedly, this is Lisa Rinna texting someone. They don't show who Lisa is. I don't believe they show. Let me double check that. I don't believe they show who Lisa Rinna is texting these messages. Oh, to Erica. Okay. Lisa Rinna is texting this to Erica. Because as we saw, only Kyle, Rinna, and Kathy went to the Caribou Club, the exclusive club that Kyle really wanted to go to, right? But let me back up a bit, because I just reminded myself of a really good point. Let me back up a bit. Okay. Let's not forget that, yes, Kathy was pissed about Rinna being hella disrespectful. Any way you slice it, Rinna was hella disrespectful at the hat place, ordering her friends tequila, a friend who's in her 20s, chick you're pissing 60. And I'm not age shaming anybody. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60 years old, you're still amazing and beautiful and great. I'm not age shaming anybody. So when I talk about ages, I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying it is kind of weird for an almost 60-year-old woman to be windmilling and saying, this is my friend's tequila, to a girl who's like in her like early to mid 20s, when that just doesn't track for me. So I just want to be clear, I am not age shaming anybody. Okay. Kathy left and was pissed, as she should have been. Rinna was being effing disgusting, and Kyle was enabling it. Let's call a thing a thing. But then when they get back to Kyle's house, Kathy's cool. She's cooled off. She's collected. She even called Rinna cute when Rinna was wearing her hat. She even called her cute. And then she was even level-headed enough to say, you know what, Kyle, it does hurt when people don't have your back. She wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't angry. She wasn't even doing it in a jabby way. She was doing it in a, girl, listen, I get it. My sister doesn't have my back. My so-called friends don't have my back. I get it. That's hurtful. So this whole, like, Kathy was this angry, mean monster thing doesn't track. Also, before they go into the Caribou Club, they have that cute moment in the car where Kathy's wearing her like fatigues, right? Her comfy fatigues. And she's like, oh, they're not gonna let me in, but if I don't get in, I want you guys to go in, and you guys go and still have fun. Again, Kathy being graceful, not angry, not holding a grudge, not pissed off, not mad, none of those things. She was like, go have fun. If they don't let me in, cool, I'll go back and chill. You guys go. So this whole Kathy Hilton monster narrative isn't tracking. It's just not tracking. Okay, now let's get into why I think Lisa Rinna is telling on herself. Because, candy cane community, we put on our candy cane critical thinking hats. We squint and we think and we use logic. What makes the most sense? What makes the most sense? Okay? Rock with me. All right, let's go. Okay, so this text message is from Rinna to Erica. She goes, I got in a sprinter with Kathy and she had an absolutely meltdown. I've never heard or seen anything like it in my life. Anger, screaming, throwing things. I'm locked in my room. Erica goes, OMG. Next text. The hatred that just came out of her towards her sister, ... I am speechless. Wow. And then this is Kathy's text to Lisa, allegedly. Silence is golden. I am staying silent. Okay. All right. Now, we are going to think about this logically, from a logical standpoint, okay? If what Lisa Rinna has been saying is true, Kathy said the N-word. Kathy said a homophobic slur. Kathy went on this racist, homophobic rampage, right? How come in these so-called receipts you don't mention it? There is not a single thing that Rinna said to Erica that mentions Kathy being racist, that mentions Kathy being homophobic, that mentions Kathy using the N-word, that mentions Kathy using the F-word, that mentions Kathy interacting with anybody other than her sister Kyle and Lisa Rinna. Does it mention anything about a waiter? Does it mention anything about an assistant? Or does it mention anything about a bartender? And I'm just saying, from a logical standpoint, because we all know, Rinna, you don't actually even like Kyle. You use Kyle. We already know that, okay? You don't like her. So to me, if you really had the tea, if you really had the hatred just came out of her toward her sister, right? If you really had the tea on Kathy that she said something racist and homophobic, that would have been the first thing you said to Erica. You would not be like, oh my God, she's throwing things and crying and screaming. She has all this hatred towards her sister. That's not new news. The on again, off again feuds of the Richard sisters, that is decades long. That's not new news. What part of that is new news? None of it. If you really had this salacious bombshell, Kathy isn't who she says she is, tea, that would have been the first thing you would have texted to Erica. The first thing. But you don't mention any of that. The only thing I see you mentioning is she's mad at her sister, she's screaming and she's crying and she's throwing things. Okay, cool. I mean, that honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of sounds like Christmas Eve or Thanksgiving in a family. Sisters fight. Sisters fight. They do. I don't see anything in what Rinna is texting to Erica that tracks with anything about Kathy being racist or homophobic. To me, it honestly reinforces that Rinna and Erica are lying and made this up. I think that they did this for a couple of reasons. One, I think they are lying and making it up about Kathy because they're jealous. Call a thing a thing. They've been so jealous of Kathy for a very, very long time. They've been very, very jealous of Kathy. We see it. They've been poking fun at her. They've been laughing at her. They've been disrespecting her. They've been being rude towards her. You know what I mean? They have been very disrespectful towards Kathy for a very long time. Kyle enables it. Kyle does it herself. Kyle co-signs it. Second, I think it was their way to deflect and to create a bigger bomb than the dark shit show that was Erica Jane for the last two episodes, right? I think it was a way for them to deflect from Erica Jane's meltdown, from Erica Jane losing her mind, from Erica Jane saying, I don't give an F about anybody but myself. You shouldn't care about anybody but me. You think it's cool to be on the side of the victims, blah, 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 right? I think it was their way of saying, let's take the heat off of you, Erica, and let's put the heat onto Kathy. What's a bigger bombshell than Erica showing no sympathy, no compassion, even failing to acknowledge the victims? What's a bigger bombshell than that? Oh, Kathy Hilton being racist and homophobic. Let's do that. Let's run with that. That's a bigger bombshell. Let's have everybody talking about that. And quiet as it's kept, it worked up until we have to say, Patrick Summers, when he came out in June saying, Lisa Rinna hired me. Again, Patrick, I think he got a little check to shut up and go away. So we'll see what's going on with Patrick's, whether his credibility is whatever it is. But we have to admit, their little scheme did work up until, because we were all like, what's happening in Aspen? Kathy Hilton caught saying the N-word, Kathy being homophobic, blah, 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 Aspen, 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 Aspen. And then when we actually were like, wait a minute, nobody is saying this except for Rinna. Erica wasn't even there. So the only person who is saying this has happened is Lisa Rinna. That's consider the source with that one. You've already admitted that you lie. You've already admitted that you lie and you fake storylines. So you have no credibility, Rinna. And nobody else is coming out to say this happened. The bartender, the alleged bartender, the alleged assistant, the alleged blah, blah, blah. Nobody else is co-signing this. And then also, Kathy was never acting guilty. She still did press for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She still threw a premiere party at her house for her episode on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She kept filming after the Aspen episode or whatever it is. Wasn't like she got, like, of course she's like, get me out of here to Rick, get me out of here, everything going on. But and there was nothing. So to me, Kathy Hilton has not acted like a woman, like, let's just call a thing a thing. Kathy Hilton has not responded like a rich white woman in 2022 being caught saying the N-word and a homophobic slur. She has not responded as if she is guilty. She has responded like, listen, my sister was poking me and poking me and poking me. Her friends were poking me and poking me and poking me. I got upset and I popped off at my sister. It is what it is. We've apologized. We kept it moving. I mean, that literally is, to me, seems what it is. I think that these so-called receipts by Rinna kind of only prove that she's lying. Because I'm telling you, when you just think logically, when you just think logically, if I'm Lisa Rinna and there's two things that have happened. One, Kathy Hilton just said the N-word and a homophobic slur. Two, Kathy Hilton just went off on her sister. Out of these two things, what is the first thing I'm telling Erica? This one. I'm telling her that Kathy said the N-word and she went off on a homophobic rampage, right? Lisa doesn't say that. She says exactly what Kathy has always maintained. My sister irritated me and I popped off on her. This is exactly what Lisa Rinna is saying. Anger, screaming, throwing things. I'm locked in my room. The hatred that escaped out of her mouth toward her sister. I'm speechless. Yeah. I mean, Rinna, what's your point? This is exactly what Kathy said. So your receipts, Rinna, actually reinforces what Kathy said happened. These are not receipts that prove Kathy said the N-word. To me, they prove that she didn't. Because nobody is sitting on receipts that Kathy said the N-word and not showing them. Nobody is going to witness that and not tell it. Rinna, you're lying. In my personal opinion, you're lying. You already proved that you're willing to lie and fake a storyline. You're lying. And then this whole silence is golden, I'm staying silent, she's probably just referring to the fact that she probably dragged Kyle for filth. And quiet as it's kept, we're okay with that. We're okay with that. Your older sister dragged you because you were being disrespectful and you let your little friends disrespect her too. I'm not mad at Kathy. I'm not mad at Kathy over that. Silence is golden. I'm staying silent. To me, if I'm using my logical brain, what she's referring to is the fact that she popped off on her sister. And that's it. And if we're being honest, goodbye, Kyle. Like, you deserved it, Kyle. You deserved it. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Lisa Rinna has kind of told on herself and through her own receipts have proven that Kathy was telling the truth the whole time? She got pissed at her sister for systematically and repeat. It wasn't one thing. It was pick, 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 pick. Do you think that these Lisa Rinna receipts, this is what I think Lisa Rinna's receipts prove that Kathy was telling the truth the whole time? She was picked on and she poked one too many times and she popped off on her little sister. And also, do you think that given the fact that past behavior is the best indication of future behavior, do you agree the fact that Lisa Rinna has, out of her own mouth, we have it on film, has admitted to lying and faking storylines? Do you think it means that she's capable of now again lying and faking storylines for relevancy, to throw Kathy under the bus, to divert the attention from Erica's shit show? Let me know what you guys think in the comment box. Or do you think, no, Kathy really said it, Lisa Rinna is telling the truth, blah, 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 blah. I say blah, 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 but as you know, over here at the Candy Cane community, we respect and honor all opinions. So put it in the chat box below. What do you think? Do you believe Rinna or do you believe Kathy? Do you believe that Rinna's receipts actually back up Kathy's story more than it does Rinna? Put it in the chat box below. But before you do, you know the drill, guys. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live with the piping hot tea. Also, don't forget to share this video with a friend or any type of Facebook group or community where you talk about pop culture, Real Housewives, Bravo, conspiracy theories, all of it. Be sure to share and share alike. So with that, you guys, I love you, and take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go!